Absolutely. So, New York City Public Schools, the official year does not end until September. So if you're a rising ninth grader, even though you graduated, you're still technically in middle school, so that's why they get transcripted as middle school credit. So we are not collecting cell phones, but they should not be out during their studio time. If they're out during lunch, nobody's going to take them. If they are out during studio time, you're going to get a phone call from me, and you can just talk to your child about it.
And that's the New York City Public Schools policy that we're enforcing. Yeah.
I just had a question about picking up. Do the students, they're speaking, they go on their own? Or they need to be here?
No, they're self-dismissed. The only time anyone has to pick up somebody is if you're leaving the program early.
Or maybe tell them about lunch in terms of the middle school versus high school.
Yeah, so middle schools, all students have to stay in the building for lunch. For high school, there's something called open campus in New York City where certain schools are allowed to leave with a signed permission slip. We are an open campus program, so high school students, if they wish and have a signed permission slip on file, get to leave the building for lunch and then come back.
So they can bring their lunch, there is lunch provided, or they can go off campus for lunch.
But also, much to their chagrin, if you have not been to high school yet, we still consider you a middle school student. So it's rising 8th and 9th. So 9th graders don't go out for lunch. Everybody's here. They hate that because they've already gone on to high school in their minds, but in our minds they have not. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm just going to go right across like this. Go ahead.
Is there a lunch menu calendar?
It's on the New York City DOE website. It's the same as every school.
It's not so bad. I eat it. And it's,
Margot literally drank the Kool-Aid.
it's free. That's what, a lot of times kids, I do lunch sign out, and kids will look at what I'm eating and say, oh, and I'm like, yeah, F-R-E-E, baby. So it gets more popular as the weeks wear on.
Yep, it picks up right in front of the school, and there's staff outside that will direct them.
We told the faculty, just so you know, the buses leave at 3:05, and that's sharp. So we're actually encouraging everybody to kind of finish your studios around 2:55, but kind of when your students come home, just remind them, like, have everything ready to go, because the buses will leave. Yeah.
So there are 5 buses. There are 2 in Brooklyn, 6 buses. 2 in Brooklyn, 2 in Queens, 1 in the Bronx, 1 from Staten Island. No Manhattan.
So to that point, there's buses to here and from here back to Forest Hills High School, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But I have to interject, but if they are dismissed from a field trip, at the field trip, clearly they're not going to come back here for the bus. But that was all clearly stated on the form that you signed.
Field trips, if there's off-campus performance that kind of runs close to time, we'll let you know. But for example, the Death of a Salesman, all students are dismissed from Death of a Salesman. And that's including rising 8th and 9th graders.
And there is no bus. If they're getting dismissed from a field trip, there is no bus for the students. No, what it works is if they're not at the bus for pickup, it just goes.
Right behind, yeah. Can you speak up a little bit, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Difference between the studio
Yeah.
recital and the finale.
With the studio performance, it's more of a lecture demonstration. They show the warm-up, and then they will show at least parts of the things you'll see on the main stage, but without costumes. So, and it's also a time for them to get ready. It really helps them get in the performance head for the main stage performances.
So we should talk a little bit more about this because the final performance, for those of you who've not been with us before, is kind of like a gala performance. Each studio gets 10 to 12 minutes across 11 studios. We don't want you literally having your eyes bleeding, so we keep it kind of short. So they're sharing some of the work that they did. There are studio recitals and rehearsals, things to show, where maybe if it's vocal, every kid gets to sing, right? And they have individual performances, etc. There's the theater one, they show monologues and scenes and things like that. But only 2 scenes will be on the main stage. And the studios pick with their kids who's doing it. So that's true for strings, for band. They're doing a lot more repertoire than we see at the finale, and you'll see that at those recitals. That make sense? Recital is in week 3. It's fast, right? So the focus of our summer, at the end of the day, is about skill building and creativity and process. We have some really, when you see the product, you'll be like, I can't believe they hadn't been working on this for months. And it's just because of the level of commitment of the kids. But at the end of the day, our default is that they're learning. We're not going to try and force them to pick up material if they're not ready for it. So we have a high bar, but they are students at the end of the day. Yeah, so is everybody familiar with the Arts Boot Camp? That's our office runs that also. That's for kids who are in middle school to audition for high school. The 8th grader, rising 8th grader kids will have that. Our program is kind of the 360 of arts education. So we're not just rehearsing, right? We're learning about careers in the field. Each studio will talk about if there's a headshot or if there's an audition process, they'll have those conversations or putting a portfolio together for visual arts. So we do all of that, right? It's also the art literacy. So they learn about how to look at the art form, or how to listen to the art form, or both. How to interpret it, how to maybe be a critic of it, and not just kind of just an enjoyer of it. So they're learning all kinds of stuff. And you know, I'm a father of 2 teenage daughters. You'll have to press them, but ask them what they did multiple times, and they'll share the kind of the breadth of what's going on. Over here, yeah.
So we had sent out a Google form for students to request Omni cards. Only students that have requested them get Omni cards. If there is an issue with the Omni card from the student's home school, we unfortunately cannot fix that, and we cannot give a replacement. It has to come from the student's home school. No, it's not. So, what studio? Okay, I'll go and make sure. Yeah, for every large trip, you're gonna get a 1-page information sheet that gets sent home that will have all the information on it, where to pick up, what time to pick up.
And we hope you get it. You know, we know how those papers can be, but we'll do what we can.
Bus goes whether you're there or not.
It won't leave earlier than the pickup time.
Are they the same? Yes, it's the same show.
Maybe talk a little bit about that and tickets. Like, you want to just share a little bit?
The tickets, we'll send home the ticket request forms, and you will send those back, and we are able to accommodate everyone. So, yeah, we'll work all that out. But yes, it's the same show.
And the performances are on this stage. The visual arts are in the lobby. This transforms into like an art gallery. And then the films will show little trailers, and then the next night, the next day, the film studios will have their own evening of films to be shown.
And whether your child is performing on stage or not. So for example, film, they show trailers, all the students are required to be here for both performances.
Right behind you. For, I think all of the field trips, we meet here and then go. The only time that there's been an exception for that is, for example, there's some rehearsals at Lincoln Center for the orchestra and the band studios. There are some students that have large instruments that may meet there, but all that gets worked out and information gets sent home before. Correct.
The field trips, they have the little letters beside, everybody goes on field trips. So if your child's studio is listed, then they'll be going on that field trip.
So rising 9th graders are in a middle school studio. Yes.
Our middle school studio. There was a question over here, but it may have been answered.
Right here? Yeah, we'll just go back around. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, for the nighttime show, they're meeting at, yeah. We dismiss, then they'll join us at the time that they're told to arrive. to get their ticket, to go in. Yes. The cafe it's on the calendar, but it's for the kids only. It's our kind of variety show we do twice. And they present their acts to a committee of people, and they're either chosen or not chosen to perform. So it's run by kids with under the direction of Daryl Embry, our production manager, and it's often their favorite thing, which is a little disheartening, but we'll give them that.
I think there's room for them to love it all. But the thing about the cafe, we encourage your kids to audition for the cafe. It's usually in the studio that they're not, right? So a visual artist kid who likes to sing, you're in your lane at SAI. If you're in visual arts, you're doing visual arts, you're doing visual arts. Whether you like to sing or not, you're in this track. The SAI cafe is a chance for them to, if they play an instrument, or they want to tell jokes, or if they are a vocal singer but they want to share their dance. So it's a chance to highlight other skills that they have. And all the kids come out, and it's a real joy fest. It's very, it's not stressful. It's very encouraging. It's lovely.
A favorite act, I just have to say, one of my favorite things of all time was a theater kid who was really good on the pogo stick and played the fiddle at the same time. You know, you never know. That was kind of a one-off, though.
If any of you played, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, for the child to wait?
Most of the kids honestly wait right outside the building. They can just hang out
Right in
at
front.
there. Yep.
Yeah.
Then we'll make situate.
We'll just say, go on.
Up to a certain point.
If you know, if you know you're gonna be an hour late, let's say, there's a Panera right down the block, and that's where a lot of kids hang out. What's that? We'll leave that to you guys. Other questions?
So I noticed that there is a performance at 7 on the 29th. Are the kids dismissed at 3 and come back, or should they just?
So they're actually going to be dismissed around 1 after the morning performance is over. We're going to send home information about it. They get dismissed. There is busing that day, and then they have to get back here on time.
Yes, we want you to come to the studio performances and to request the tickets for the nighttime or the daytime shows. on the main stage here.
We know we're working parents. We know I'm a working parent. You know it's very hard. We know that balance. But if you can have some representative for the studio recitals, even if it's an uncle or a neighbor, somebody, it is very celebratory, and a lot of parents do show up and guardians do show up.
In addition, we do record everything, not professionally. We at least have an iPad recording that we post online, you can access later. So nobody has, you could see it. So there's that. And then we stream it and have a recording available that you can access later after the shows. So yes.
In the back?
Yeah, just one more on the calendar. I don't think this was on the, I have a film kid, and it says on Friday they're going to Sylvia at the Opera House, is that right?
Yes.
So that's an addition?
And they'll be dismissed from there.
Thank you.
I'll make sure I look at all those trip forms that you signed off, just, to make sure that we actually sent that. If we didn't, we'll rectify that.
Okay, in the back, is there a hand up? Yeah.
This question was asked already. With the busing, if your child is not going to use the bus on a particular day, do you have to contact?
No, you don't have to contact anyone.
Oh,
So let's just do a summary on the buses. So buses leave at 8, whether you're there or not. Depending on the location, sorry. But the time that you're told, that's when they leave. And then they leave at 3:05 from here. And if your kid is not on the bus and you didn't want them on the bus, you're picking them up, it's fine. If you wanted them on the bus and they missed the bus, then you have to pick them up or figure out the subway. All right, in front of the white? Yeah.
For the studio recital that's in Harlem, are they dismissed after that, or do they come back to Queens?
That one, they'll probably come back. We'll get you the information because we've got a little time on that one. Because I know if you are there with your child, you'd probably just rather take them home, and we'll make that happen. So we're not trying to make it harder for anyone.
It's also dependent, they still have to figure out the length of it. So
Yeah.
once the studios figure out how long it's gonna be, we'll send home information.
Did you have a question right here?
It's all staff.
Thank you. In the back?
Yes, I have a question for the Omni card. Is like a daily distributed or it's just like the black one?
Omni cards are gonna be distributed today. It's for the rest of the summer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right here?
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna email in the back is Callie McGlone, our program manager, who you have gotten multiple emails from, and Callie can take care of it.
She's your best friend.
Yes, she is.
We were trying to not introduce her and call attention, but now we see that she's back there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Callie McGlone. Actually, give her a hand. Callie's amazing. She really ran